Okay, so at 9:48 a.m., he pulls up. Got the best view of him on camera 1. The view on camera 3 is decent as well. Pulls up and apparently just sits there. It's not getting out or anything. So he's been parked there for about a minute now. Now, I understand it takes people a while to collect their belongings or figure out what they're doing, but I get a lot of weird people pull up and just like hang out in their car for abnormal amounts of time, like 15, 20 minutes, sometimes longer. It's surveillance of some type by the Visalia Police Department, by the Tulare County Sheriff's Department. I don't know. I don't know who's doing it. By some sex trafficking cartel. I have no idea. By just so-called certain professionals that I've embarrassed. But there's a lot of corruption in our academic institutions. It's been, about 5 minutes? That's abnormal. That's bizarre. Um, are we still rolling? Yeah. I finally learned the game though, and that is the game. When you make legitimate complaints about these people, their strategy is basically to try to summarily dismiss you or misconstrue your complaint. Uh, and if that doesn't work, then they'll try to mischaracterize you as like a racist, or they'll try to mischaracterize you as crazy or unhinged or whatever. I will admit I've been under very high stress over the last couple of years, but I mean, the evidence speaks for itself, and I have a lot more safely uploaded private, to private databases and things, but um, in all honesty, I haven't sorted through it. So if I am murdered and it's actually properly investigated, I'm sorry to, I apologize to the investigator, especially if they're not a corrupt piece of trash. It has to put it all together because it hasn't been analyzed yet. It hasn't been edited or anything like that. And by edited, I don't mean like doctored or anything like that. I'm just showing you what's happening. But what I mean by edited is sometimes, well, I'll see a suspicious vehicle out, and I'll just leave the phone set up and go do something, and then I'll come back and see it's gone, and then it's just like, okay, upload, archive, and I didn't I didn't index when it arrived. I have it on record when it left, and if anyone got out or not, and what happened, but that hasn't been analyzed and annotated in notes and stuff is what I mean by there's a lot of that to go through before I can post it. And I have a lot of other things going on in my life right now. So, I actually work from home. So people think I'm just lazy, I guess, and sit in my house all day and do nothing. That's not what happens. And even if it was, so what? What happens in the privacy of my home is my business, not yours. So this guy's been sitting here for 10 minutes and hasn't gotten out. He's obviously conducting surveillance, and I'm going to go ahead and fast forward it because, nothing of appreciable value is happening except we have. there comes one of the ferals. See, I've been talking and I didn't really notice from what direction he came. So this video is going to have to be reviewed as well. But, I'm not really looking for friends. I'm not looking for allies. I just, what's happening is wrong. And here is the proof. Um, so yeah, I'm sorry, I got a bit distracted. Legally smoking my medical marijuana in the privacy of my own home right now because I have a whiplash from a car accident I was in, and I still suffer from minor pain from that. We'll have another video on that eventually of judicial corruption in this area. But said I was going to fast forward through this. So yeah, this was the thing. Oh, is it frozen? Oh no, it skipped ahead. What's going on? Well, let's just reset it. It's acting up. That's why I say I need a new security system. And that's why this one is a pain in the ass. Son of a bitch. Well, there it goes. Finally in action. Okay, so we got up to what, about 10:48, I think, at least. Oops, I'll just go the opposite direction. It's faster. And I'm just going to start showing the, 10, about 10:58. I'm just going to start showing the camera view 1 because that's like the best view. What in the fuck? Oh, it's because it's 9:58. Oops. Okay. Exit. Okay. There it is. Okay. So we've already seen this footage in the smaller view, but I'm just going to fast forward it and confirm whether he ever gets out or not. He hasn't gotten out. It's been over 10 minutes. So anyway, going back to what I was saying, I was involved in an auto accident. I don't know if the other party finally gets out. At about, oh, he gets out and he walks around. How weird. I want to see the other camera. Hey, there's another guy following him. What the fuck? Yeah, there's definitely some weird shit going on around here, all over this place in all strata. When I went to court, well, like I was saying, resuming what I'm saying, I don't know if that woman was just like an innocent dupe, or if she was manipulated and misled to attack me. But anyhow, uh, she was clearly at fault. There was a delay in the judge getting there. I almost got the impression that the original judge that was supposed to hear the case was delayed or something for some reason. So this new person came in, and so the trial started about 20 minutes late. I made a very good case in spite of difficult circumstances. I wasn't allowed to display my revised PowerPoint with some corrections. I was able to show part of it to the judge and the other parties, but I was never, and I said I wanted to admit it into evidence, but I don't know if it was ever accepted into evidence, even though it was shown. Um, so there's some weird activity, people driving around. He finally gets back in the vehicle at about 10:39, so I'm going to note that. What the fuck? Oh, was that me? I'm going to have to look at that footage again. At 10... There was someone in my yard at around 10:42, so he takes off at around... Well, he's taken off, so let's slow this down and look at the same shit on camera 3. So the fuckery seems to get going at about... You know what, I'm just going to watch the whole thing again from 9:58 on that camera in large view. So there he is camped out. And this time I'm going to slow it down when he gets out and note what time it is. Let's just watch it at 4 speed. So anyway, I actually argued with the bailiff about admitting my evidence, and the people from the other insurance parties were kind of like my enemies there, so I don't know if they'd testify to that for me. Probably not. People are so corrupt. They're dishonest if they don't like you. They try to set you up if they don't like you. I don't like a lot of you either, but I mind my own fucking business and I leave you alone. I try to be pleasant to people. I'm a very nice person in some regard, but then again, I'm about sick of being nice to people that just try to use me and take advantage of me, frankly. So, take a dose of fuck off. So if you think I'm a bitch or a feminazi or whatever, think what you want. I'm none of that. Uh, that being said, I'm not neurotypical, and I don't really think like most people. That doesn't mean I'm bad or evil. It just means I have nothing in common with you. So, leave me alone. I don't go harassing you. When I don't like you, I leave you alone until you harass me first. Then I defend myself. There he looks over at the security camera. Oh, you little. You know what? Hold up. I'm gonna pause that. Fucking around, looking in my trash. You know what has happened to me uh, in the past? This is a side note. I'm just gonna pause the video because I keep getting sidetracked. There's so much going on with these little shits. Okay, so anyway, play at normal speed, and I'm just gonna pause it for a minute. Okay. So, like I was saying, let's go back to the court thing. The trial was just frankly suspicious. I was able to show some of my video evidence, but the evidence that the judge took, even though I explained that it did have a couple of errors in it, I don't know. I just didn't really feel like my evidence was admitted fairly, and but even in spite of that debilitation, the preponderance of the evidence was still in my favor. What pretty much happened is what the evidence shows is that I was slowing the car that was coming in the opposite direction ran its red light. They were basically trying to beat a yellow light, and that's clearly what the evidence shows. I have video proof of all of this, and in spite of that, I was still overruled, probably with consultation from physics professors on the criticism of my collision dynamics, individuals who I can say are not unbiased against me. So, yeah, that's just my speculation. But we're going back to, that's usually who they consult with, the judges here in this area. And I have a documented history of my problems with them. So here's a guy who gets into my trash. They never allowed me to submit my corrected collision dynamics anyway. It was on my laptop, and they just weren't able to accept it. So even though I had the flash drive ready to go to transfer it to them, I even asked the judge if he wanted it. But yeah, that ruling was based, I guess, on the fact that people don't like me, and I don't know why people don't like me. I don't do anything to anyone. I don't hurt anyone. But regardless, some people don't like me, and guess what? I really don't give a shit. That being said, I will defend my person, my liberty, my property, and my pets. And that's honestly all I care about. So, it would be nice to have the ability to care about other things. I actually used to have hobbies before all this and be a pretty happy person. But these people are good at agitating a person. And like I said, it's being brought to my doorstep. I'm not, is there probably evidence out there of hostile text messages I've sent to people? Yeah. I don't deny that there is. It's been with provocation, though. It's been because of this kind of nonsense happening in in my neighborhood, and I also used to have a second job. Like I told you, my principal job I do from home, and but I used to have a secondary job, and that was actually a delivery driver job. And I can't really safely do that job anymore because I'm being targeted to be um, involved in accidents, basically. So that leads back into I told you at one point. Luckily, it hasn't been happening lately, or much lately anyway. I can't confirm it's been happening lately. But at some point, some sick ass was playing. Anyhow, sadly, I do have abuse history from my childhood. Uh, I was sadly subjected to certain sociopathic people when I was a child. Uh, some people might think I'm an unfeeling, uncaring bitch, which I'm actually not. But no, I just maybe have some PTSD issues and things like that. But um, anyway, I feel like those audio recordings, I do suspect they were just audio recordings. I do feel like they were played by my harassers who knew about that specifically to torment me. I also have a history with a vehicle accident trauma from my childhood as well, which has also been used to harass me. So uh, that's pretty fucking low. Uh, I don't consider myself like a brave person or anything like that. I'm not trying to. I don't want to do this, but these people are cowards. These people are cowards, and maybe they think that it's unfair. Maybe I do have more than some people. I'm not a rich person by any measure. Maybe I do have more than some of the people harassing me, but that's just the way it is. That's life's not fair, and believe it or not, I'm actually on your side when it comes to that. I'm an anti top 1%er. I'm more about equity and meritocracy, true meritocracy, not if you're part of the good old boy club. And it's not always old white Protestant males either. There's various good old boy clubs running around. Um, some of them are even female run. So the evil, they come in all shades, they come in all sexes, and everywhere on the gender spectrum. Um, all shapes and sizes. These people are yes men bought trash. So I don't know what to do. I guess we all just have to expose them. I'm not a joiner, but this is me doing my part. I'm not an attorney either, so I try to challenge these people the correct and legal way. That's what I've been doing. Uh, and like I said, I don't like law. It's not fun for me. I'd rather do Um, but like I said, they're bringing this to my door. Uh, I had to give up my second job because of the stalking and harassment. I effectively feel like I'm living under house arrest a lot of the time. I do go out. I have my dash cam now, both front and rear facing, given the vandalism that's happened against my replacement vehicle. So yeah, I never got any compensation for the vehicle that I lost in that accident. Plus, I was forced to get the new car right away, which was another huge horrid hit. I'm a middle class person. I'm sorry if poor people on welfare think I'm rich and don't like me. Um, the system is rigged against you, and I'm sorry that you're where you are in it. But guess what? It's not my fault. Um, there he is, still sitting there. Going to get back in his car. It's about 10:38. Okay, so here we got the guy fooling around with the trash can, looking over here at the camera. It's like these people want to be on film or something. It's like they, I don't know. I think a lot of these cops too, they wanted to be actors or something, and they just didn't make the cut. You know, a lot of them are pretty good looking. They like their little bait to entice people into uh, their entrapment scams. They think everyone's involved in sex trafficking. Uh, but yeah, they have some defect. They might be really good looking in the face, but too short or something wrong with them. So they don't make the Hollywood cut. So then they decide they want to perform their little street theater skits for the public harassment of the public instead. I'm going to be coming out any minute now, around, I don't know, 10:42, I think. So I'm just going to continue running it in real time. Um, yeah, just a quiet, there I am. Quiet, potentially autism spectrum person who actually prefers just to be left alone, but is, uh, when I'm not being, well, psychologically tortured. By the way, Oh, there he goes. Um, by the way, I'm in my mid 40s. So this is especially pretty, I don't know. Uh, Morality is relative to some degree, although I do believe there are certain absolute rights and wrongs. Um, One of those wrongs is torturing those weaker than you for no reason. So, yeah, it's pretty unsporting that these people are coordinating this harassment literally against a middle aged woman. Uh, it's pretty unsporting, some of these people that are harassing me. Uh, Pretty cowardly, but, I'm not afraid. Not afraid. So, that was the end of that.